It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body. Supplements that get you moving and keep you moving. That make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. Company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Well, hello to the world of 3 on this amazing Wellness Wednesday. My name is Holly DeMott, and I am so happy to be spending my time with you right now on this awesome Wellness Wednesdays. These Wednesdays are pretty special. We bring so much awareness around the testimonials and the power of what these products are really capable of doing. And we have a special night for you tonight. Our topic tonight is all about gut health awareness. And you're going to continue to hear this throughout the month of June, which gut health is something that people are starting to be more tuned into, to realize I should be paying attention to this. And who doesn't want to feel better, right? So my testimony is pretty simple with gut health. I've, struggled with it, since the early college days, and thought, oh, that's just how it is. Have you ever said that about how you feel? Oh, that's just how it is. Well, as I got older, I started to realize, okay, there's things that I can do with what I eat and different things to feel better. And I will tell you, with using the 3 products, I have the healthiest gut health that I have had since I can remember. And so I'm so happy that we're doing awareness around gut health. So I'm joining you from the Midwest of the United States, the heartland. That's where I am right now. And I'm joining you with a very special guest that I have on from the East Coast. So we're going all the way to the East Coast in the United States. And we have a special guest on, Dr. Darin Mazepa. And Dr. Darin has over 30 years of experience being a chiropractor specialist. And he has seen so many different, walks of life and what he's dealt with health and people healing and the magic of the body. And, I'm so happy that he was able to join us tonight. So Dr. Darin Mazepa, welcome. Welcome to our 3 Zoom on Wellness Wednesday.
Thank you, Holly. Thanks so much for having me. It is such a pleasure to be here. I love these. I love hearing you. I listened to you last night. And how about just a shout out for that intro? Wasn't that intro amazing? Wasn't that incredible?
Thanks.
I love that. I love that so much.
It is. And so Dr. Darin is right outside of Philadelphia. So whenever I go there, I go to Newark or Philly and drive out to Lehigh Valley in a really cute and quaint little city called Emmaus, Pennsylvania. So we're going all the way to Pennsylvania. It's an hour different than us. And Dr. Darin, let's get started. Let's start
Hey,
talking. Let's talk health. Let's get
let's
into
do
it.
it.
And,
Let's do it.
I love my conversations with Dr. Darin as, I always learn something and I'm like, I'm going to use that. I'm going to help explain this to someone else with using what he says and great analogies and such. So, Dr. Darin, would you share really first, how did you start with the 3 supplements, the 3 products?
It's a great story, and I'll keep it brief. I came to 3 because my practice partner asked me to kind of look at these supplements and see what they were about. She was interested. She was contacted by a friend, and her friend was like, you need to check these things out. I had zero interest in looking at any kind of supplements or anything like that to use personally because I had a company that I had been using my whole life. And but I figured I would do it for her. So she asked me to look at this stuff, and I looked at it, and I got to meet the chief scientific officer, Dr. Dan Gubler, and ask him the hardball question. I need to know, how is this stuff made? How do you source your stuff? Where does this come from? And he answered my questions far beyond sufficiently. So much so that I said, I think you should start taking these things, Laura. And I think I want to try them too. And I did. And I'll save my testimonial for another day. But these products, I am certain I won't go a day without.
Mm-hmm.
So that's as far as I'll say that. And not only that, I was so personally moved by them. I came on as a founder, and I brought them into my practice to have them available to my patients. And this is the first company I brought into my practice in nearly 30 years. So you talk about the threshold being so high. Everything to me is reputation and integrity. So I know I was putting my reputation and my integrity on the line by even offering these to my practice members. It was a no-brainer to do that. So not only do we take them, but we offer them to everybody who comes through the door here at Vitality.
Yes, you do. And, I know his story, so I was kind of cheating with you all a little bit. Like, I knew that he had not backed another outside supplement like this ever partnered with one for over 30 years of being in practice. So I cheated a little bit with you all. And, with Dr. Darin, with the time that, it's probably been 6 months now that you've seen.
October 26, 2023. I know the exact day.
There we go, 7 months. So you've had the opportunity to start, your practice members and friends and colleagues with using the products. What stands out to you about whether it's results or the products with people?
The number of people who've said, "Oh, I already take stuff," or "I already take really good stuff," or "I already support my gut," and then I just kind of coyly say, I understand that, but just give this stuff a try. And then they do, and they come back and they're blown away.
Mm-hmm.
They knew good, they now experience extraordinary. And that's really a big difference.
Big difference. And especially the bioavailability piece of it.
Totally. The absorption piece, yeah.
The absorption. Wow. Okay, now talking a little bit more about gut health. And, I feel like now people are really starting to lean into it, to want to pay attention to gut health more. And you've seen it, for 30 years and more with gut health. And what would be, whether it's advice or some empowering, tips and education that you would want to share with people to have them really know how important the gut is, what kind of role it plays in the body, and why they should be paying attention to it?
A couple things. The first thing that I would say is nearly every conversation at my office sooner or later wraps around to poop. Everybody has the poop conversation with me sooner or later because it is a very strong indicator of the level of our health. So that's some conversation that we'll have. Next, we always talk about the importance of the microbiome. Maybe 5 years ago, hardly anybody knew that word. And now it's just a word that's in our culture so much because the tides have shifted. We now know that the gut is so important, and there's this whole other community inside of us that we need to nurture. And lastly, our immune system lives in our gut. So it's most important to recognize that as we feed our gut, we're strengthening our immune system at the same time.
Very much so. And this is a topic that many may not relate or correlate. How does that work? How do emotions play into gut health?
I have to have the tough conversation with people who are having gut issues, because I say, you know what, emotional stuff sooner or later will show up as gut stuff. A lot of times, if we're not expressing our emotions or we're not experiencing fully what's happening in our lives, it'll find another place to show up. And very often it's gut stuff. And people think they're having this symptom or that symptom, and it shows up there. And I'm like, you got to remember, that's just the symptom. What's really going on is a whole other level of that. So gut stuff is almost always emotional stuff first.
Right. And so much of our products, which, I've been using them for well over a year, they do affect mood. I believe they do affect emotions. They do absolutely. Like, when you feel good, you feel good. And I like to use the 1 out of 10. If you were to gauge yourself on how great you feel, 10 being the ultimate best, 1 being not so great, where are you? And if there's a gap, then these are great products to fill in the gap to get to that 10. Is that something that you've seen with people, even yourself, right? With raising the bar with how great you feel?
Yeah, and I have seen that. It's so interesting to watch people who don't really have much left. They've lost hope. And I always said in my office, one of the first things that I ever dispense out of my office is hope. And I see a lot of hopeless people in here. And I look at my role as one of 3 things. I'm either your coach, I'm your friend, or I'm your sage. And it kind of varies from day to day. When I'm your coach, I'm going to say things to you that you might not want to hear, but you still need to hear them. When I'm your friend, I'm going to be that empathetic listener. And when I'm the sage, I'm going to give you wisdom, whether you're ready for it or not. So when we see what's happening here in the office, that's the first thing. We need to look at the whole person, because that whole person is who we're going to take care of, not your pieces and parts.
Right. So when you said hope, this came to mind. We're hope dealers.
Yeah, we're hope dealers.
We're like, here you go. We're really giving people a hope, right? To feel alive again. And to feel alive. And I know we keep talking gut health, but so much of feeling alive is gut health. That's the root right there. The root.
It is. It is.
Okay. So go ahead.
I said, so true.
So true. Okay. We have some exciting testimonials for you all to hear. And they are specific with gut health and such. And our first guest is joining us from St. Louis, Missouri. Her name is COLLEEN Chance. And COLLEEN, I was blown away by her story. I met COLLEEN. COLLEEN, go ahead and come on. We want to see you. I met COLLEEN before she started the products. And I met her at Dr. Scale's home, and I was so excited she was getting started with the products. And when I know people are getting started, I often wonder, I wonder how they're liking them. I wonder that, because I meet so many people, I'm like, wonder how that's working for them. And I finally got to hear how I knew you were loving them, but I really got to hear your testimony today. And I was like, would you please come on? So COLLEEN, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank you.
Yes. And would you go ahead and share really how you got started prior, how you were feeling without the products, and then now what's happened with them?
All right. Well, I got started. Well, I'm COLLEEN. I'm here in St. Albans, Missouri. 3 kids. I stay busy. They're all actually out of the house now. I work in finance, so my life is black and white. I do numbers, and things are very black and white to me. My good friend, Dr. Chris Scale, we have been friends since our kids were in kindergarten. They went away to the first year of college this year. So that's how it all started. My daughter, Ella, had some immune issues, and she was literally sick all year long. And Chris kept saying, okay, you need to do something for Ella. In the meantime, I had gotten sick, and I'm a fairly healthy person. November came along and I got COVID. Then I ended up with pneumonia, and then my gallbladder came out, emergency surgery. Then I got pneumonia again. It was just one thing after another, and I was so sick. Ella was scheduled to have her tonsils out as soon as she got home, and Chris is like, you need to try these products. And pretty soon I'm like, what have I got to lose? I mean, I already took a probiotic. I already took my supplements. I was very rigorous about that. Nothing seemed to be helping. Decided to go on the products. In the meantime, one of the things with me as I left the hospital after my gallbladder surgery, they're like, oh, you're going to have some really bad tummy issues. Watch what you eat. I'm a very clean eater anyway, but I couldn't go out to eat for dinner. That's how bad the digestive issues were. I was in the bathroom, we are talking gut health today, but I was constantly going to the bathroom. If I would go out to dinner, I would be in the bathroom 5 times. To make the car ride home would be very difficult for me. And that's how debilitating it was. I started the supplements to feel better, like just for all the sicknesses, I'm not even thinking of my gut health at all. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just needed to be healthy for Ella, and I was putting Ella on the supplements, so I was going to go on them too. About 10 days into it, I remember thinking, I'm not going to the bathroom as much. I was feeling a little better, but not, I'm a pretty skeptical person. I'm in the show me state. You got to prove things to me. Maybe it's just a coincidence. So I'm moseying along, and about 10 days, then I started tracking what I was eating and what was going on and how long, like what the changes were. I'm almost 2 months into it now, and the change is dramatic for me. I can go out to dinner. I can eat not anything I want. I'm a clean eater anyway, but for as clean as I was eating before and having so many problems, I have nothing else to attribute this to other than all of a sudden I'm taking this up. The only thing I don't take is Revive. I cannot take that one, but I take everything else. I have not missed a dose since I started. And not only have I not been sick at all, nothing, not even a cold or a sniffle in 2 months now. I am enjoying going out to eating at home, not having to figure out when I go somewhere where the closest bathroom is, because that's how far it was. Even when I was driving, like, okay, where could I stop and pull over, which is a lot of information. I apologize for that, but it has in such a short time. I'm amazed the difference. Not only do I feel better, but this for me is life changing in an everyday way. And I did not expect that at all. And I went along with it because, like I said, I trust Chris. You talk about integrity and reputation, and she has the utmost integrity and reputation of anybody I know. And that's why I started it. It was because of her word. And when she said, you need to try this, I'm like, okay, I'm all in, and have been. And what a difference. It's made a huge difference for me. And Ella does not have to have her tonsils out now. She has not been sick at all. And she was sick every week before. It was so disheartening. So as a family, we are very thankful for this.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. So 2 of the products I want to touch on, the immune, right? You're taking the immune. The Revive is one that COLLEEN can't take for other reasons, with the bovine in it. Maybe you can now, who knows? We're not going to go there. Okay. Then we have, the Vitalite. So these 2 products specifically for gut health.
And I didn't know that until yesterday when I watched your information. It didn't click until then.
Yeah. Yeah. So these 2 for gut health. And Dr. Darin, do you want to just talk a little bit about like immune, why it would be great for gut health, and the Vitalite?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I do that, I'd like to mention one of the things that COLLEEN said that is so important. COLLEEN, you talked about how you're enjoying food again. I love to tell my patients that food is not only fuel, it's also supposed to be joy. And you think about when you were at your worst, food was your enemy. Food was not a friend. It was not any part of your daily joy. So if I could get anything back into people's lives through these products, is have them, heal their relationship with food and allow food to become joyful again. I think about what it's like to eat in Italy or what it's like to eat in Spain. Dinner is a 3 or 4 hour event. It's supposed to be joyful and communal and whatnot. So I just wanted to touch on that. And I love that you said you enjoy food again. That's so great, Colleen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back to the supplements. Think about immune. You have so many amazing constituents in the immune, and we don't really have the time to get into all of those. But the reality is, it's an immune product because it's a gut enhancing product. It's a gut enhancing product because it's an immune product. The way it works is it gets your body to communicate so much more effectively at that innate level, that innate wisdom that's been in your body since the day you were born, and also that acquired immune system that you learned from all the stuff that you came in contact with. I always say germs aren't the enemy, germs are the teachers. Every time that we catch something, our body learns a little bit, it levels up a little bit. So the reason immune is an amazing gut health product is because it helps your body to do its job even at the gut level more effectively. And as far as Vitalite, it's just magic. It's got probiotics in it. It's got so many things in it that are designed to give you the opportunity to feel that energy. I mean, I love Vitalite for many reasons. And one of my favorite reasons is the name of my practice is Vitality. So I tell my patients, I had nothing to do with the naming of this product, but I sure love the name. There's 4 capsules in there, and each one of those capsules has the same stuff in it. So you have an opportunity to get this throughout your day. You can take all 4 at once, or you can take them throughout the day. Your choice. There's so many things in it that you can take in conjunction with your meal that's going to make the digestive process work and happen so much more effectively and efficiently. And if anything, that Vitalite is going to give you energy. What do we always hear all the time, Holly?
They
How much
always
caffeine is in there?
We always
How much
get
caffeine is in there?
caffeine.
There's no caffeine in it. I joke, I'm a science nerd, so I'll tell people there's no caffeine in it. What you're feeling is ATP. Let's go back to your biology class. That's what you're feeling is energy production.
Yes. So great. It is. And people do ask us then when we say that, they're like, well, can I take it at night? And we're like, yes, you can take it at night. Yes. Morning, night, whatever you'd like. Yes. Okay. Our next test. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you. And thank you for sharing about Ella also. And
Yes, thank you, Colleen.
yes. And I'm so happy you guys are thriving. Wow. Okay. Our next testimony, we're going back to the East Coast. We're going to Jason Williams. Jason's going to pop on and, Jason, I am cheating a little bit also here because I've heard your testimony and it's so good. I haven't heard it for a while though. So who knows, maybe there's more to it. And so thank you for joining us, Jason.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody. How's everybody doing? Hello.
Excellent.
Good. And good.
I love your testimony more than anybody's, Jason. I love yours above all.
Well, here goes. So I came to Dr. Darin's office December of last year, and I was completely wiped out. I grew up having gut problems. I went to a doctor when I was 12 years old because I couldn't eat this and I couldn't eat that. And they told me I had spastic colon back then, which they then later changed to say that I have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. So I spent a lot of time blaming my gut problems on whatever this mysterious IBS thing was that I had. And much like Colleen said, I found myself at a point where I walked into Dr. Darin's office where I needed help. I needed an answer because just saying I had IBS wasn't fixing anything. And I wasn't eating gluten. I wasn't eating beef. I wasn't eating a ton of sugars. I had to watch my carbohydrates. I had to watch, there were certain vegetables I couldn't eat. Who can't eat broccoli and cauliflower? I couldn't handle it. I couldn't eat garlic or onions. None of these things were possible for me anymore. And every time I ate something, I needed to be near a toilet. And, we were talking about poop. This is what we're here for, gut health. And, poop is part of your gut. If we measure the size of your poop in the shape of batteries, I was a AAA kind of guy. There was really just very, very little coming out. It took great effort and it was painful and my stomach hurt. And I was in a bad place. And I have always been a very high energy guy. I've done a whole lot of crazy stuff in my life. I've been in a punk rock band. I used to skateboard. I used to, I ran I ran Tough Mudder races. Woo. I did all kinds of crazy stuff. And these past 4 years of my life were just absolute trash. And I did not feel like myself. So one of the first things that Dr. Darin explained to me is we need to work on you. We need to work on your body, but we also have to fix your gut. And I always thought supplements were just things that like guys at gyms took to make themselves look bigger. I never thought to myself that a supplement actually was meant to actually supplement the nutrition that you're not getting from your normal diet. So everybody here is talking about the products at 3, and I know Holly talked a little bit about Immune and this little pack right here. This is, to me, I found that I can't live without the Vitality. My life doesn't work without it. It reminds me, and I know that I'm going to sound like a nerd, but it reminds me of Captain America comics when I was a kid, where they developed the super soldier serum for Captain America to take, and it made him, let me get the right words. The serum enhances his human body and mind, increasing strength, speed, and agility. I got to tell you guys something. I started with 3 in December. I loved the demonstration when I met Holly, and Dr. Darin's like, you got to check this stuff out. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll check this stuff out. I signed on at the highest level, and then came back and told my wife all about it. And then we signed her up also. And ever since then, it's been a wild ride. Everybody talks about my share because I like to talk about my poop, because my stomach, I was not absorbing my food. I ate it and it came out, and it came out painfully and little, and it was terrible. Now I get up and here it comes. I get up every morning and Godzilla's tail flies out of my tail end. It is just this great big giant wonderful. It's once and done. It's not all day long. And I've settled into the fact that this is just it for me now. I don't have to go 1 to 3 times after every meal. I'm not worried about how far can I get away from a bathroom. I don't drive around with toilet paper in my glove box anymore. I don't have that fear. So getting off of the poo thing, let's take this to a different level. I feel like a completely different guy. I'm 51 years old right now. I just fired up good old Tony Horton's P90X workout, competing company, whatever. I'm on an exercise routine. I get up in the morning and I exercise now, instead of rolling out of bed going, I don't want to do this. I get out of bed and I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So that's what's happening. We were out on vacation last week, and I was swimming in the ocean every day. I'm up and I'm moving around. I am excited to get up and do things, and I'm not pretending to be happy anymore. I'm legitimately back to feeling like I always did before. So I'm riding a skateboard again. Guys.
Jason, did you take your products with you to Florida last week on vacation?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah, we packed them in.
Of course.
For my wife and I. These sit in the very top pouch of my travel bag, so I can get to them right away. There's something else I want to say about this too. When you're suffering from gut health, almost anything can give you acid reflux, indigestion. If you've had gut issues and you try to take a fish oil tablet or a vitamin, 20 minutes later, you're like, oh my God. You feel terrible. The reflux that you get from it's insane. This is actual food. You can take these on an empty stomach and you don't feel lousy 20 minutes later. You're not burping up, some awful concoction. And I've mentioned before about all of the products that I used to buy. I had all of these different drugstore over-the-counter vitamins, and I would take them in the morning and I would kiss my wife goodbye, and I would drive the 20-minute ride to work, and I'd walk right into my shop and right into the bathroom, and I'd pee yellow highlighter. Now I take these things and, it's hours into my day until you actually see any of that discoloration in your urine. So that means all that time you were absorbing, I'm now absorbing my food as well. I'm not just in and out, in and out, in and out. And it shows in my energy levels. It shows that my sleep is better. And there's nothing else going on other than going to Dr. Darin and working on my entrainments and taking my supplements. So, yeah, I also have to be a little careful, a little bit of a caveat and warning. If you haven't been able to eat for a long time and then you start fixing your gut and you can tolerate more food, you have to watch the weight gain, because, sometimes it's fun to eat cake and it's kind of fun to eat the things that you haven't been able to eat before. And that's why I had to start that exercise program, because I was getting tubby.
What was that binge you went on? What was that
What's that?
binge you went on, Jason? You said you went on a binge where you ate a whole lot of what?
Pizza.
Yes, there it was.
Yeah, I haven't had pizza in how long? I came to you the one day and I was really hurt, and I was like, I ate pizza every day for 5 days. I have an extreme problem. I never do anything small. It's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna do all of it. So yeah, I ate pizza for 5 days straight for the first time. And I mean, that was the first time I probably actually had pizza in 5 years. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. We're not
And
gonna
to
do that
that,
again.
just like I said to Colleen, and so what? You found the joy in food again. You might have
Yeah.
had the misery afterwards, but you had the joy in that moment.
The misery was different this time, though. It was
Yeah,
normal people misery. I wasn't walking around pulling my chest going, oh my God, I'm so bloated. I can't breathe. This is terrible. It was just that normal, wow, I ate too much. I'm a pig and I don't feel good. So it was nice to feel like a normal human being again.
that's great. I'm not
So
sure
yeah,
normal human beings eat pizza 5 days in a row, but that's
well, normal's, it's within the confines of these. There you go. There's a normal goalpost that I was in it.
There we
a
go.
sliding scale.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's so good to hear your testimony, and
Thanks.
I love it. You took it on vacation, and I mentioned that for everyone on here.
Yeah, we
Um,
don't go anywhere without it. It's with us
this
wherever
is
we go.
Yeah, this is not where you just, take them certain times and you don't anymore. This
No,
is
you count them out and you put them into a plastic baggie for each day of the week that you're going to be there, and you're all loaded up, ready to go.
it is.
Bingo. Bingo.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and continue
Yeah.
the great results. Continue. I can't
Thanks,
wait to
Mark.
see
Thank you.
PX90 results too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, I'll start posting them up online.
I
See
know.
you guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So, Dr. Darin, I feel like Jason was doing part of our job where he said it's whole food. We didn't even mention that yet.
And that's so true. I mean, one of my biggest hurdles to get over when I was looking at 3 is I need to know what's in it, and I also need to know what's not in it. And I got to give a big shout out to Dr. Alicia Clevenger because of that one slide that she made with the no column and the yes column.
Yeah.
I think that's still my favorite slide out of everything to do with 3 International, because that slide tells you exactly what's in there, and more importantly, what junk isn't in there.
Right.
And let's face it, the supplement world is the Wild West. There is no regulation. So there's a lot of junk out there. And you're wasting your money on junk unless you know the quality of the supplements you're taking.
Mhm.
And one of my mantras for years is, if I know anything about Americans, they have the most expensive urine on the planet.
Mhm.
And that's because it's not, like, what do we say? It's not what you eat, it's what you absorb.
Right. You are not what you eat, is what you absorb. Yes. And
Yeah.
three sets the bar high. The bar is set really high here with the, I guess call them extras. We actually expect this, the measures that they take. And so it's awesome. Okay, we have one more testimony for you all. Back to the Midwest, we're going to Iowa, and please welcome on Sarah Farnsworth. Sarah, welcome. I know you're right inside where your pool is, right out there, a beautiful pool. And welcome, and I'd love for you to share.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think I've heard a lot of amazing things, but what you said of being a hope dealer, we just heard that from those people. And I was at a place where I had no hope. I had, like Dr. Darin said, there was not joy at all in any eating. I had cut out so many foods and been on so many restrictive diets. Like Jason said, I couldn't eat broccoli. I couldn't eat chicken. I was eating shredded beets, and I had major gallbladder issues. I had been scheduled 3 or 4 times for gallbladder surgery, but I knew that I didn't want to get my gallbladder out because I have several friends that have done that and are having other issues. And I knew what kind of the long-term implications of that was. And I was doing all the things. I was seeing a functional medicine doctor, and I was taking handfuls of supplements. And when I say handfuls, I was taking sometimes 15 or 16 supplements each meal, even just to function. I was opposite of these two. I actually wasn't going to the bathroom, and it wasn't abnormal for me to maybe only go once or twice a week, even though I was doing all the right things. I was working out and I was eating completely whole foods, but those foods didn't agree with me. And so I thought, am I going to live like this forever? Am I going to not be able to eat? Am I not going to be able to eat a cupcake once a year on my birthday, which I love cake.
Mhm.
Am I going to not be able to go out to business dinners with my husband and do all of those things? And I was the one that was silently like just picking at my food and just not enjoying it. Right. I didn't look well. I wasn't well. I was a really busy mom with a really high functioning life and all the things on boards and my work and all of those things, but I was suffering. And so I didn't have hope. And so my friend, Dr. Alicia, who Dr. Darin just mentioned, she came to me and she said, I want you to check these out. And I said, no. And here's why. I've looked at all the supplements. I've taken all those supplements. I've taken handfuls of the supplements. And I've taken the best of the best, right? I worked with chiropractors, and my brother and sister-in-law own a chiropractic company, and I knew what the best was. And I had taken those, and I wasn't seeing any relief, and I wasn't even seeing change. And so I was spending thousands and thousands of dollars on supplements. I was taking handfuls. I would take a suitcase every time I traveled, which I love to travel, and I didn't feel any different. So finally I was like, I've had it. Like we went on a vacation. It was horrible. I was sick. I couldn't hike. I couldn't swim. I couldn't do all the things I used to do. So I called Dr. Alicia and I said, okay, I'm ready to listen. And I asked her all those hard questions like you, Darin, what's in them, what's not? How are they tested? Are they tested for heavy metals? That's very important to me. And so when she assured me of all of that and I looked at all of it, I was like, okay, surely these aren't going to be any different, right? Even though I knew they were on paper, until I took them, I didn't know. And it was very quickly that I was waking up, like Jason said, ready to go, ready to conquer the day. I was in a good mood. My kids said, Mom, what is your happy juice, right? My kids knew how miserable I was. I wasn't showing up as the best version of myself. And quickly I was able to do that and compounded every month since. And so I really do, I still have an amazing life, but I can approach it in a totally different way. And I actually feel good, and I'm not pretending that I'm showing up. So yeah, I will not go a day without these. Again, I've taken a lot of the same ingredients like turmeric and dandelion root and milk thistle and all of those, and I've taken them separate, but there is nothing that works the way that these are, the way that they're put together. Dr. Alicia talks about it as a symphony a lot. So yeah, and if you are someone on here tonight and you are at a space where you've tried it all and you've tried all the supplements, I would just say, just trust us, right? Take a look, because what if your life could look totally different just by the supplements that you're taking? I was having monthly gallbladder attacks. So like on hours, right? On the floor at night, castor oil packs, all the things. I've not had one gallbladder attack, and I was having them monthly. So it's about quality of life. So when we say being a hope dealer, that's exactly what we're doing. We're helping you live the best life, show up to your people and the people that you love and that you serve, and that the Lord has given you to serve in this world in your best version of yourself, and you feel it too. So pretty amazing stuff.
It is. Wow. Thank you. It's life-giving. We call it life-giving. It's life-giving, as you can tell. So thank you, Sarah, so much for sharing. Thank you.
And eat the cupcake, Sarah. Eat the cupcake.
I know, I do. Like Jason said, there's maybe a little too much indulgence here these days, but
Okay, thank you so much.
Understood.
Dr. Darin, can you notice with everyone that we brought on, their skin?
Mhm.
So
Yep, absolutely.
is gut health linked to skin health? Is it linked? Yes,
Yes.
it is. Absolutely. Okay, and so you all are going to hear more about gut health this entire month. So tune into every single one of them. I want to end with a promotion that we have going on. So we have some very special. Wow, they were launched today.
Today.
So before I go into that, just know, everything that you heard here tonight, these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease. These are individual results of every single person. And I love hearing them. I love hearing what these testimonies are, and even more, and we just had time for 3 only. So this is the promotion that we have that's available to you. Good for your gut. This is available for today. It started today all the way through June 30th. Get your pack while supplies last, So the very first pack here is a prepaid 3-month pack. So 3 months of prepaid Smart Ship. You get all of those products. You know, look how many are there. There's 5, 6, 7. Wait, yes. How many are there? There's 7. There's 9 products. 9 products. And this includes, so you get all those 9 at once, and then it keeps you active for your brand ambassador position for 3 4-week periods. Yes. You know, I know that's very popular with everyone. And it's over $165 in free products. Over $165. Wow. The second option, this one is $720 and you get more products. This is a 6-month of 4 weeks that you are on SmartShip, where you get this initially, right? And then for 6 months, the 60 volume drops in and you're active for 6 entire months. What we love about these packs, Dr. Jen, I know you're going to agree, is the shipping.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. The bigger the pack you can get, the cheaper it is for shipping, because you're only doing one box instead of one tiny box coming every single month. Just
Yes.
get them all. I'm a notorious cheapskate, and I always look at what can I get the largest amount of quantity for the greatest amount of savings. People might look at the dollar amount, but they overlook the fact that what you're getting. You're getting a huge quantity of stuff with these packs.
Oh, these packs are so great. They're great. I like love them. And this
But
next
wait, there's more.
yeah, but wait, there's more. Okay, of course, like for new people coming on right now, and when they're coming on, it just started today. Premium, I wish I did not know all this was coming out. This is phenomenal. So the premium business builder founder plus, there's additional free products included for new enrollments with that. And then those of you that have not upgraded yet, from whether it's intro to founder plus or upgrade to premium or founder plus, whatever it may be, there's now in your upgrade pack, they're including you in this promo. So thank you to 3 for thinking of everything with this promo for everyone to benefit from the Good for Your Gut, the Gut Health Awareness Month by 3. And this has been a pleasure. Dr. Darin, thank you so much for spending your Wednesday night with all of us. And thank you to Sarah. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Colleen. I know it's not always the easiest to share about gut health, to share about bowel movements, unless you're Jason, of course. But it's not always the easiest to talk about that. And, you know, it's important to talk about because it's a big piece of gut health. So thank you, all 3 of you. Appreciate your time. And
Thank you for your time.
Okay, everyone, check out those promotions in the back office. And I can't wait to hear gut health all month long and just to keep empowering information coming our way. Okay.
And Holly, thank you to you. You are always inspiring. You are always such high energy, energy rich all the time. And it just shows. Talk about glowing skin. That's a glowing
Right?
soul
I am
right
so
there.
jealous of your skin.
You know, I didn't know this, but when Jason signed up, he saw me presenting and he went home and told his wife, he's like, this, I'm going to say it nicely, this girl's skin.
Yeah, that's not exactly, but you're right. Yes, that's right. I went home and I'm like, we'll use the word girl.
Okay.
But this girl's skin is unreal.
Yes. And, you know, and as part of my testimony, it is my skin. And everyone who knows me knows I, don't do injections and such, not against it, just don't do it. And I look younger than I did 10 years ago. And it is so much of gut health. It's so much, it's our products, the 6 products. Wow. So hi, Kristen.
From the inside out. From the inside out. Hi, Kristen.
Hey.
Okay, everyone, have an amazing night. Thank you for joining us.